Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and one of the questions I get asked a lot is like, how often do you actually see ghosts? And when I tell people, it's kind of like I see them everywhere all the time. I just wanted to show you kind of like a glimpse of what I see and how I see things. So that's what we're looking at, is a video from that I took when my husband and I were driving on a trip that we took not too long ago. And there are two little girls that passed away. One of the girls passed away from yellow fever and died, she thinks, about 1802. And her family buried her near their homestead, which is close to the site that we're going to show you in just a second. And the second little girl was murdered in around the early 1970s. She was buried in a shallow grave, and the guy who murdered her actually would come and visit the site several times to just kind of be close to her and kind of revisit what he had done. He did visit her, like I said, several times, but since he was arrested and indicted for murdering another little girl, he wasn't able to come and visit her anymore. So if you saw the video, if you saw a ghost in there, this is the snippet. This is the shot. So it's one of those, both little girls are standing. If you look at the picture kind of on the right-hand side as you face it, that little brown branch that sticks out, both of the girls are standing there. The one that died from yellow fever was about 8 to 9 years of age, and then the one that was murdered was about 7. So the 8 to 9-year-old is a little bit taller, but literally they were buried within probably like 20 feet of each other. So you can see their energy. They're together close up, kind of the energy of them together in this. I think that's kind of the interesting part, is that they found each other. And even though they have different histories and different backgrounds, they've kind of come together and kind of formed a very interesting family bond, because it's like, they both had passed. They didn't have any family members that really stayed there. The little girl from the 1800s, her family stayed in that area for a while, and then they passed away or moved on to something else. So the next one is a little bit further down the road, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and we were doing about 70 miles an hour, so literally not too far down the road. Here we come across. So you can watch the video, and then I'll show you, I'll pick it out for you. So the interesting part is this is a Native American boy, young. I kind of feel like 13 to 15 years of age, somewhere in there. He really doesn't give me a year, but kind of what I feel from the area is about 1675 or so. He was out hunting and was bit in the face by a snake. Now, when he was out kind of their trials to become a man, he is out hunting by himself. Now, he really wasn't by himself. His uncle and his dad were shadowing him, but he was kind of like evading them, kind of like moving away from their energy, like, I want to do this on my own. I don't want to do it with someone else around. And because he kept doing that, when he like bent down with his bow and arrow to kind of like scope out what was coming up, and there was a deer in the area, the snake was wrapped around the tree and he didn't see him, and it bit him in the face. And because of that, like, there really wasn't anything they could do, because he almost passed away within just a few minutes, because the toxins, the venom was right there in his face and went to his heart and lungs like very quickly, and he passed. So if you didn't catch him in the drive-by, this is the interesting part, is here he is in the space. So you can see his face in the trees. Kind of where the tree line is, right above it, kind of like right in the center, is his nose, and then his 2 eyes are there. He's literally huge in the picture. He like came out to see me, kind of like excited to connect with somebody, because it's been a long time since he connected with anybody. He was not buried at this location. He was buried at a different location, kind of in with his family area. But it's one of those, like, this is where he passed. So he kept going in, almost like, you know, I can't believe that I messed up. I can't believe that I didn't do this right. I can't believe that I overlooked this part, kind of like, like I could have done better, I should have done better, that sort of thing. So kind of just that energy of that, of like, oh my gosh, I did so bad. And it really did break his dad and mom's heart, because like he was on that verge of becoming a man and be kind of like having some fun and kind of being able to go out hunting with the older gentleman in the tribe, and that sort of thing. So he was like completely looking forward to this, and he was a great hunter. And it was just kind of like kind of being distracted by his dad and his uncle kind of following him, and kind of knowing that they were going to do this. This is kind of where he came out at, that it was just kind of that energy of it was kind of his time to pass. And so that's kind of the sad part about it, but he doesn't have any regrets in his life. He is completely friendly and very knowledgeable about what was going on. I thank you for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.